All right, joining us now is John Sandwig, former acting director of Immigration and Customs Enforcement, ICE, under President Obama, and former federal prosecutor Barrett Berger. John, sorry about that. It's been a long day here. I do want to ask you, deportations are, of course, nothing new. The U.S. government does them all the time. The Obama administration did them. The Biden administration did them. But when it comes to children who are U.S. citizens of people being deported, how is that usually handled? Is there a process for this? And if so, was that followed in these cases?
Well, typically you want to avoid these cases to the greatest extent possible. And I think the larger question is why were we prioritizing this woman in the first place? This woman, based on what I'm seeing, it looks like she had what's called a stay of removal, meaning that she had gone through the immigration courts and ICE had chosen to allow her to stay in the United States because of those U.S. citizen children. The problem is once she's taken into custody and they say you have 3 days here, regardless of whether or not she had a meaningful choice as to whether or not to give her kids to somebody else, it is incredibly difficult under those circumstances to make an informed decision. And then, as I understand it as well, the family members were coming forward and saying, hey, we want to take custody of her. And ICE was questioning the legitimacy of that relationship. The point here is you put her in an untenable position where, although technically she may have had a choice, she really didn't have a choice and ultimately has to take her kids with her. But again, we go to the larger question, which is the president has promised us a focus on criminals, a focus on gang members. Why did we create this situation in the first place where it was this urgent to take this mother and her kids without giving her a meaningful opportunity to find, some way to hand off her kids to a family member?
And Barrett, that's the question I keep asking. We even asked the Maryland man who was deported to El Salvador's lawyer how he got on this list, how he became a target of these operations. How are they choosing these individuals? Do we know what qualifies someone to qualify for deportation? If, as the administration has said, they're focusing on gang members and criminals to that point, how do moms and their kids get caught up in this sweep?
It's a great question. It really shows how the landscape has shifted even in just the last 100 days. The administration has said very publicly that they wanted to focus on, MS-13 members, gang members, people who were here without cause, who were then, creating violence and committing crimes. That's one thing. Going after people who are here, they may be undocumented, but they have children that are citizens, some of whom have serious illnesses, is a radical shift. And it's so important. And this really demonstrates why due process is so critical in cases like this. Perhaps these mothers wanted to take their children with them. Perhaps that was a well thought out decision, but we don't know. There's no great record of that. We need to make sure those were decisions that were made willingly, that they were made based on complete information, and that everyone who had a stake in this case, whether it's another parent or family members that may have wanted these children to stay here, had the opportunity to be heard. That's why due process is important, and it really seems like that is the part that was missing from this whole process.
Right. Also, if you've been picked up and you have your kids with you and you can't get a hold of anybody else and you're being told you're leaving the country the next day, is that really a choice? What else are you going to do as a mother? You're going to say, okay, let's take the kids with me. John, I want to ask you, can you tell me, how did deportations happen when you were at ICE? Did you get handed a list? Did you get handed things that, categories of people that you wanted to deport, and then you chose the individuals? And is it different this time around than what you're used to or what had happened in the past?
Yeah, typically what ICE does, we establish priorities. And the priorities during the Obama administration, during the Biden administration, were individuals who pose a threat to public safety or had recently crossed the border. But we're at a transition point in the Trump administration, and it all goes back to something that you guys reported on a minute ago, which is these deportation numbers. Deportation numbers, when compared to the Biden administration, are down. Certainly the number of arrests are up, but the actual removals are down. There are complex reasons for that. A lot of it's related to the border. But the biggest reason is these backlogs in the immigration court. So what's clearly happened over the last couple of weeks here is the administration is pivoting away from those criminals and gang members to people who can be quickly deported, who don't need to go back through the immigration court. So when you look at this woman's case, she falls into that category. She had been ordered deported by an immigration court years earlier, but ICE had given her what's called a stay of removal, said because of these kids, we're going to let you stay in this country. We don't want to create this family separation issue. She was checking in as she was required to do, but the administration wants her as a target because she's already ordered removed. they can put her on the next plane to Honduras very quickly. So as we go forward, I think we're really just beginning to see these kind of cases. We're going to see a lot more of them because the Trump administration needs to drive up or wants to drive up those deportation numbers. And the way to do that is to focus on this population that isn't the gang members, isn't the criminals, but they are these people who typically have these very sensitive humanitarian circumstances, oftentimes U.S. citizen family members. They're the low-hanging fruit. They're the ones that can really drive up those deportation numbers quickly. And, but it's very clear we've pivoted away from those criminal cases to these cases.
All right, John Sadwick and Berit Berger, thank you both so much.